Hey, Coach Debbie, we are here at the historic Central Emerson Gymnasium for a first-round NEWMAC championship game here between the Emerson Lions and the Smith College Pioneers. What should we be looking for?
Well, first of all, we're going to be looking for a great game. I mean, I think the minute you start to say tournament, survive and advance, obviously the pressure mounts. There is no second chance tonight. So I think the first couple minutes are probably going to be a little ragged on both sides. You know, both teams trying to fill each other out. Even though we've played them before, it was quite a while ago. It was early in the NEWMAC season. And as I recall, Sam, that was our first game without injured Ali Yamada.
Oh my gosh.
When we were still trying to figure things out, trying to get a rotation, who was going to play where. So I think we're a completely different team at this point, and hopefully we'll catch Emerson by surprise a little bit. But I think these first couple minutes, we may see the ball all over the gym a little bit as everybody settles down, because it's just a whole new level of urgency once we hit tournament play. So.
Well, we are a young team, and this is an experienced Emerson Lions team, and they run a very fluid offense. It was hard for Smith to sort of figure out what was going on. As you can see, game is underway here.
Yeah, they have a lot of upperclassmen who fill a lot of roles for them, the same roles that are being filled by first years for us. But this is a great experience for our first years to, the gym feels different, everything's different once you hit a NEWMAC tournament game. So we'll see how we respond here.
Oh, big basket right off the bat from number 14, Kate Fultz. There's a little step-up jumper.
Yeah, it was a good defensive stance by us. She knocked that down with just a few seconds on the shot clock. So, we're doing a good job of right off the bat. We just have to play out and see what happens.
LJ gets a number 5, Rachel Davies, matched up against Shell Gleisner here, and she's given Shell Gleisner everything she wants, just sort of trying to move the ball through.
Yeah, and I mean, right off the bat, you can see they're doing everything they can to keep the ball out of KP's hands. They've got Sam Boyle on here, who's one of their more experienced and better players. So she's leaning all over KP and pushing her out of the area where she likes to receive the ball. So we got a little frazzled right there, throwing the ball around to our young guards out front, and had to launch up a shot at the last second. But as I said, that was to be expected, and we'll fill it out. And I'm sure they're not doing anything defensively we didn't expect. Last couple times we've been in the gym, people have really double and triple teamed KP. So we'll see how we react as we continue through this game.
Madden with the ball, takes a jump step. That's Boyle. Boyle steps into a jumper, just a little too long. Tracked down by Clydesdale, who is the leading rebounder.
That's sexy. Yeah, we got lucky there. They missed that second shot, but we got to prevent those second chance points. We need better boxing out down there by our guards. They're not going to miss a lot, so when they do, we've got to jump all over that rebound and not give them that second chance. See, KP's trying to post up, and they're three-quarter denying in the front with a weak side guard in the back, so it's almost impossible to get her the ball from that area. That's exactly how she's going to have to score tonight, off of that offensive rebound and putback. Unfortunately, she just missed that one. That's going to be where she's going to make her most, do her most damage tonight on the offensive end.
Rachel Davey with the ball. Now Madden with it now. Finds Fultz. Fultz cross-court to Clydesdale. Clydesdale steps into, looks like a 3, and bottoms the net. It's a 5-0.
No, I think they gave her a 2 on that, Sam. Her foot must have been on the line.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's my noticing right from the first 7. We're at 7:37 still left in the first quarter. This is an intensity of defense that the Pioneers have not seen. They are really, really playing. And
Shell makes a little runner, free throw line extended to drop, and we needed that. Everybody will take a breath now that we're on the scoreboard. That's just how it goes. That's a nice crossover there by number 2 for Clydesdale. That was a great crossover. She's a senior out of Pittsburgh, PA, my neck of the woods there, and she did a nice job there. Great crossover, blew right past us.
6-2 Emerson lead here. Jesse with the ball now. Finds KP.
Yeah, KP's wide open at the free throw line, but that's not where she wants the ball, nor is it where we want to give it to her. So there she goes. Nice little stutter step as she tries to create some space underneath. That was a great job.
What a
great stutter step to get there. Then just a great fake move along the baseline to get herself some space.
I had hesitation. That was the first time we've seen her matched up with a person-to-person there instead of being double to triple team. Clydesdale, oh no, that's Madden. Nice take by Madden here. And
Emerson basket, 13, Quinn Madden.
Shell Strikes it down. Now.
Oh, another nice move. Oh, that could have been a foul right there.
Oh, and
yeah, KP gets blasted on the way up. Comes down gimpy, but she's fine. KP is one tough kid, man, I got to tell you.
oh, boy, she's
going to go to
personification of just toughness
yeah,
and intensity, and she's had such a fantastic season for the Pioneers.
Yep, she's going to go to the free throw line, and that foul was on Sam Boyle from Emerson.
Well, I know that, there's a lot of respect from the coaching staff of the Pioneers for Sam Boyle. They think that she's a real difference maker, both offensively and defensively. And they thought that if Kapunka to take the ball to her, that maybe that she would pick up a couple of fouls and they'd have a reprieve from her out on the floor.
And that's exactly what happened there. It'd be nice to get 2 here in this first period, but Sam Boyle has my respect also, Sam. I remember her and her sister both when they were in this gym last year, and I was very impressed with both of them. So, fortunately, the one has graduated. Now we got to put up with the other one. But very, very nice basketball players.
Great defense by Jessie Ruffner.
Yep.
And, boy, has she grown all season defensively. Yep. You could just see her moving her feet there, forcing the travel call. And that lead is 8-6, and Smith has a chance to either tie or take the lead here. And Rachel Davey is really, really playing shell very tight. Millie with the ball here. Yeah,
they're all over. Look at that triple team down there on Kapunka, and she gets it up, misses it. Great. There's plenty of weak side rebounding because they're all over KP.
LJ,
so
they were draped all over Caitlin Pakunka, and LJ comes in off the weak side, snares the rebound, and ties this game with 5:29 left in the first quarter. Here.
Yeah, if LJ's on it, and she is, there's going to be plenty of weak side rebounding tonight. There's it's a nice three by Fultz. Yeah, they've got 3 seniors that are already lighting it up for them a little bit, so they also don't want to end their season here tonight. That's for sure.
Well, it's more than a season; be ending a career if they go down with 3
that's a
seniors.
good point.
That's right.
Not sure what we were trying to do there. There was a nice try by Deschelle to find some space, but it just wasn't there. You just got to bring the ball out and try again.
Steps into a 3. There we go.
See, that's what happens when you take that ill-advised shot on the other end and you give up that quick rebound. They beat you down in transition. Yeah, that's too bad there. LJ had position. She just needed to get a body on that rebounder a little bit more so she could come down with that. Because LJ does have a little bit of a height disadvantage down there, so she really has to push those bodies out of the way. There you go, LJ. Great rebound.
This is a team that loves the three-pointer, and I think that one of the keys to the game is for Smith to be able to close down off the three-point line as Kapunka knocks it down.
And nice offensive rebound and put back.
14-10 lead here. Number 4, Katie Beckman in the game. Emma Ziener about to check in here. Fultz steps into another 3 off the front rim. Jessie Ruffner with the rebound. And
you know, Sam, I don't think Amelia has even touched the basketball yet on the offensive end. They are doing a good job of making sure she doesn't beat them with a couple threes.
Good defense by Fultz to sort of get it. Looks like she got a hand on LJ's little right-handed runner there. Boyle with a nice step back.
Yep,
turnaround.
Nice job by Boyle. Yeah.
16-10. Emerson lead here.
Yeah, this is not a team we want to play too much catch-up with, so this becomes an important possession for us here.
So, Coach, what are you seeing here? It looks like...
Oh, great take by LJ. Just nice snare. Let's see who they give that rebound to. Or, excuse me, that foul to. 25. I was hoping she was going to come up and say 24, right? So it's a foul on number 25 for Emerson. Ashley Toner, that'll be her first, team second. Pakunka will go for the line. We're going to get a couple subs here for Smith. Morgan Morrison's going to check in, and Emma Zenner's going to check in. And it looks like Amelia Cromwell, and I can't see who else is going to step out since we do have a timeout. Since a tournament game, we have media timeouts tonight. So at the first dead ball after the 5-minute mark, there's always going to be a minute timeout. And here we are at the 3-minute mark, and that was the first dead ball. So that gives you an idea of how much action has been up and down the floor here.
I think that so just some quick noticings here. This is a team that plays with they have tremendous range of shooters.
Yes.
All 5 players can shoot the 3. And then at Emerson, the first game, they really we had a hard time closing down. They hit their 3s, and it's really hard to beat any team if they are able to sort of be consistently getting good open looks from the 3-point line.
Right.
So they're ready 2 for 4.
Right, and have we put up any yet? Any 3-point shots? We made that one by Jesse Ruffner that we missed, but that was a chunk at the end when the shot clock was running.
Jesse's had 2. She's had 2 3-point attempts.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, Amelia Cromwell never touched the ball in the first 7 minutes, and that's very unusual because they usually run stuff for her right out of the gate to try to get her open. So they're really going to they're really trying to shut her down from long distance, and that triple T on Kapunkwit is certainly going to wear her out here as the game goes on. So we're going to have to get some scoring somewhere else so that KP can maybe get down to a double team instead of a triple team.
Yeah, I mean, just to sort of state the obvious, Caitlin Pakunka already has 6 points and 4 rebounds, so she is just doing yeoman's work down there. She just knocks that lips over. And
yeah, just didn't get enough air under that one. It was a little too much of a line drive, but she's usually a pretty solid free throw shooter for us, so I'm not shocked she comes back with nothing but net on this one. Yeah, so she's going to get a well-deserved break. She's limping as it is, but nothing's going to stop that kid. So Morgan Morrison checks in for KP.
5-point Emerson Lions lead here as Quinn Madden brings the ball up.
Emma Zenner checking in. She's got the task of, yeah, she's doing a nice job defensively right there. All right, good job. Morgan Morrison rips down that rebound off the miss.
Good box. Zener open and steps in. Nice rotation. Oh, just off the back rim.
I think that we're going to get a hold on Emerson as Morgan Morrison was trying to get around her to get that rebound, and somebody was just hanging on to her. She couldn't move through her right to the ground, so that will be the 3rd team foul.
That's number 25, Ashley Toner.
Yeah, that's her second. She just had the last one, so. But you could see Morgan, she was just hanging on to her. She couldn't move, so it's a good job by Morgan Morrison to work hard down there to get position for that rebound.
Emma had a good look at the basket.
She did. She has to shoot that. She has to shoot that. If not, then they're not going to play any defense on her. Yeah, we get another rebound. Another foul down there. Push Morgan again. This one's going to go on number 2 as a push.
Clydesdale gets whistle for the foul, and that'll be their 4th team foul here.
Right. So as we close out this first quarter, the next time we get fouled, we'll at least take a walk to the free throw line. So
yeah, Smith has no fouls yet. So that was one of the concerns with it. Smith would get into early foul trouble. Oh, great!
That was a nice. It was a great inbounds play. Nice job, Smith.
We were noticing that last game that Smith's really, sharpened up their inbound plays, and that was a great example.
Yeah, I haven't seen that this year. I think we might have just put that one in. And it was good defense. We got a tip on that shot and able to come down with that rebound. And here's a first chance for a while for us to run. Yeah, it's much better when we can get out and run because then we can make something happen. That was a great job by Deschelle to find LJ underneath and a quick score.
Well, I'll tell you, a little noticing is that number 5, Rachel Davies, is not in the game. She's playing great defense on Shell. And so big rebound here.
See, there's another miss, so now we can get out and run. There's
Shell's
LJ.
Off and running.
Yep, they did a better job getting back in transition that time. Nice job, Morrison. Left side.
To the left.
Every time on the left. Great job by Morgan Morrison. She even got fouled on that, I think. So great job to keep her balance and stay up.
Hey, Coach, don't look. We got a 17-16 lead here with 1:34 left.
I'm not looking.
All right.
I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, there's a hold on Morgan, I think, as she tried to make the steal there.
And she helps number 4, Katie Beckman, up. And with 1:32 left, Smith's got a lead, and Rachel Davies checks back in, as does Sam Boyle.
Right. Both coaches knowing how this emotional drain really can wear you out tonight, so they're doing a good job of resting their players in a chance when they can. Again, knowing that we have that extra timeout with immediate timeout.
Boyle with just a great,
nice move.
Crafty,
yeah, it was just a nice move. And honestly, good defense by Morgan Morrison. She was straight up. She was body up. There's not much else you can do there. So
the last term, Boyle took it to the right and flipped it in. This time she took it to the left and flipped it in. Jessie Deschelle with the ball. Closed down quick by Madden.
That was a great pass by Shell. Too bad we couldn't knock that down. She did a great job of finding Jessie wide open on the wing.
Madden with the rebound.
Yeah.
Oh, big basket again by Boyle.
And then they do a good job, too. When we miss, they're off and running. So I think the key here, Sam, is not to miss.
I'll tell you what, Charlie Boyle comes back in, 2 quick baskets, or Sam Boyle. Jessie drives, and she gets to the lane on the right side.
That was a great take because she took it right against Boyle, and Boyle kind of held off, not wanting to get that second foul. So that was a good job in recognition by Jessie there.
Well, they're really letting them play here. Boyle,
yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's playoff basketball, baby.
Rachel Davis
3 days from March Madness, right?
Oh.
It's too bad we had that rebound. Jessie got her in the back. That's a foul on Ruffner. She pushed number 5 in the back trying to get that rebound.
We got 19.3 left on the clock. Emerson Lions with a 1-point lead. Amelia Claremont's going to check back in, give Jessie a break. It is a good sub.
That's a good sub. Jessie will get an extra long break here as she gets 19 seconds going into this timeout. Plus, you don't want her to pick up a cheap foul here in these last 19 seconds, especially on this defensive end.
Phillips with the ball, matched up against LJ. Good defense.
It'd be great if we get a stop here, wouldn't it?
13 seconds left, timeout.
Good job by LJ to cut that drive off.
Fultz with steps into a long 3 off the back rim.
Literally in and out.
Zehner's got it.
All right,
Coach.
I'll take that.
This was up and down all around. 1-point lead for the Emerson Lions here.
I'll definitely take that after the way we started, man.
Oh, boy. Well, I'll tell you what. When Sam Boyle left the game and Rachel Davies left the game, Smith put a big surge on. So those two are left at an impact.
But
on
we
this
knew
game.
coming in, especially Boyle. But I'll tell you, the minute either team misses, the other team is off and running and very capable of scoring in transition. And that's really where we made our comeback a little bit. They missed a couple shots, and we got down the floor. And as we have talked about the last couple times, Sam, Deshelle Gleisner is doing a great job of finding that open man in our transition and in our secondary break. So, again, as long as we limit those second chance points, get that first missed rebound and get down the floor, we can stay in this game.
I will say this is Emerson team has an intricate offense. They
yes.
really they are 5 out and they kind of flow, they cut, and I tell you that I think that what Coach said is that preparing for a team that's got lots of set plays like a Springfield College,
right?
That's something you can do, but a team that's got this
big motion offense,
offense, with everybody who can shoot the
right.
three-pointer, everybody who can drive,
right?
You
running
really
everything off of a ball screen, yeah.
So this is a team. So Smith's going to have to stay focused, stay alert, and I'll tell you what, this is not a team you want to get behind.
That's what I said earlier. We can't play catch up with this team. That's why that little run there was so important when we were 6-7 points down. So if I see Amelia Cromwell is going to stay in the game to start this second quarter. And again, Sam, I'm not sure she's even touched the ball in an offensive set yet.
Well, look, they've got Rachel Davis.
Yeah, see, they're not. They're almost literally like the CYO old-time face guard. She can get the ball, but she's not going to get a three-point look. She's going to have to create, which she just did.
She did, Coach. She heard you.
Yep, she's not going to get that open look unless somebody gets lost on offense or on defense.
What was great about that was that she absorbed the contact.
Yep.
She got her feet set, and she just knocked in a little banker up
But
there.
she's like Jessie Ruffner. They both are strong kids. When they get to the hole, they can take that hit and still get up and score. That was a great block by Morgan Morrison. That was a huge battle for the rebound there.
Charlie Boyle from 3 off the front rim, but she comes and fights
That's
it for the rebound.
Foul. Morgan,
and that will be her second here.
Yeah, Morgan Morrison is doing a great job going after the offensive rebounds tonight. That was a great job of moving her feet, anticipating where that rebound was coming off the rim and getting in there and getting it, drawing that second foul on Sam Boyle. And knowing that Sam Boyle is going to have to sit down, who immediately does Coach Hersey put in the game?
Yeah,
KP, knowing she might have some space down there.
Well, I'll tell you that when she picked up her second foul, all the coaches on the Emerson bench stood up and grasped their hands.
Yep.
They know that she is just such a difference maker out there.
And immediately we go back to KP, hoping we can find her some space underneath.
Into Morrison. Morrison creates some space.
Yeah, just misses that. Nice job. She had it right there. She'll make that more than she'll miss it, Sam.
She's just so powerful to her left. Fultz with the ball.
She's having an immediate impact on this game today, I can tell you, from offensive and defensive ends.
It looks like KP gets whistled for the foul there.
Yeah,
that will be her first, huh?
Yeah, but, that reach from behind, KP knows better, So it looks like number 13, Quinn Madden, will step to the line for Emerson. I like her shoes, the purple to go with the purple. She's just a little off on that first one.
Emerson, number 13, Quinn Madden.
Smith's matching up out there.
Oh, another big rebound
Yeah,
by
I'm
Morrison.
telling you, Morrison has really come to play tonight. Thank goodness she's back from that twisted ankle, huh? She's really having a nice game tonight already. Oh, great take by Amelia Cromwell. Got one step too soon. She got one step under.
The over-penetration that we've seen a lot from the Pioneers this year, but that just means they're getting to the
right. She's getting to the rim, creating some space, and I think that's easier for them, again, to do that without Boyle in the game, and they're recognizing that, which is great.
Full steps into a three. Another big rebound by Morrison.
Come on, get down there, Michelle. Let's go. But see, that's a nice job there. They got back well that time. And, he's going to call her for traveling. That ball got stuck between her legs.
Good defense by Clydesdale there.
Yeah, it was. That was a great take by Gleisner. And they made a great defensive step over to help on the low block there. And she just got that ball caught between her legs. So we remain at 21-20 for about 4 or 5 trips now. So we'll see who wants to break that score. Now he's going to get Gleisner having her hands all over Madden.
Madden is, she's got a nifty little dribble there. She went behind her back, a little hesitation.
Yeah, Deschelle had her hands all over her, so. I mean, they're going to let you get away with a little bit of hand checking, but you got a little aggressive there. So Emma Zenner's going to sit down, and Jessie Ruffner's going to check back in.
Oh, nice inbounds play.
Yeah, it was nice.
14, Fultz steps in and knocks it in. That's her
seventh She's got a great shot, and when she's posted up and ready to shoot like that, she's probably not going to miss very many. She does a nice job.
7 points on 4 rebounds for her. She is an impact player here. Jessie with the ball. Looks like she's going to have a little lane to the right. Finds KP. KP with an up fake. Triple team, double team. Gets it out.
Oh, good find by Amelia. Great pass into Morgan Morrison. So quick. Recognized that Morrison had to be open because 4 people were hanging on KP. Great job.
And I'll tell you what, great job by Caitlin Pakunka to get that ball out of the triple team right to
right.
the top
And
of the
we've
key.
said that time and time again, how well she's passed. But it's all she's seeing is triple teams. She's got to be good at getting that ball out. That was a great job.
23-22.
Morgan knocks down the free throw. Great job.
And I'll tell you what, boy, when Morrison and Pakunka in there, that is a look that is pretty strong for the Pioneers. Davies with the ball, flies to her left. Good defense by Claremont. Out to Folk. Good over pressure by KP to
that was a pass literally out of bounds by Fultz, which is very unusual for her. She's usually much more solid with the ball there, but I think Smith picked up their defense on that trip down the floor there.
Rachel Davies now matched up against Pakunka.
Yeah, the nice thing about having KP and Morgan in together is we can play them both from the high post, and then both of them can drop down and make their move. But that's a foul on number 14. She's holding Morgan as Morgan was trying to fight for position. So
Morgan is she's drawing about 4 fouls already this game, and she gets the ball again.
And I think she got fouled right.
5th.
Yeah, they got it. Coach didn't think she got it. Coach went through the roof there, but that was a definite foul on Morgan there. That'll be on number 25, Sam, which is her 3rd foul.
Ashley Toner gets whistled for her 3rd.
She had those 2 real quick ones in the middle of the first period, and then comes up with another one right here. So they're going to obviously sit her and come back with number 33, Chelsea Gibbons, a first year out of Foxborough, Mass.
Yeah.
So Morgan will step to the line again. I think it's her 2nd time to the line tonight. And nothing but net again. Nice soft touch for the big girl.
So that's Morrison's 6 points here. She
I'm
is
telling
really
you,
making an imprint.
Totally impacted this game in our favor tonight. Oh, I jinxed her. She got one off the rim, but we're back and playing some defense.
Floats with the ball. Finds Clydesdale. Clydesdale, little up fake.
Oh, great interception by Jessie there.
Jessie Ruffner playing her free safety.
She's going to take it to the hole. Nice job all the way in. That's her first
strength. She got hit in the air, gathered herself, knocked it down.
Good upper body strength there.
That's a 5-point Smith lead. Oh, great hands by Pakunka to knock the ball from Rachel Davies. Out to Clydesdale. Clydesdale with another. She is such a shifty player.
Good help defense by Gleisner to knock that down. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Nobody on our bench knows about that either. But that was really a great defensive stance, but they're going to get Morgan for that foul. She was really just standing straight up there, but it's all right.
So, Coach, the 3 Smith bigs, Morrison, Pakunka, and LJ Whalen, have combined for 19 of
27
points.
Well, I'm not surprised. They're doing a
So-
great job. And it's helped that they've had a couple kids in and out with foul trouble. And coach is going to get Morgan right out of there and get LJ back in. But we do not want Morgan to pick up that third foul. So we'll see how we hold. And plus, I think it's a good time to get LJ in as long as they still have Boyle on the bench, too. So it's a good time to rest
Morrison,
Morgan.
I think that in a crucial time, what an imprint on this game that
I'm
she's
telling
had.
you,
Terrific.
Sam. Difference in the game right now.
Yeah. And, she had that other great move to the left where it just rolled down. And
Yep.
it would have been another 2 points.
I'm telling you, total difference in the maker right now is Morgan Morrison. Oh, nice take. Nice take.
Well,
Step through. Nice
Shell
step
just-
through.
Great pick by LJ to free her up.
Yep.
And then she just
Once she got that
smashed,
first step,
pirouetted
great step through.
29-24, Smith lead with 6:02 left in the half. Madden with the ball. She's got. Oh, Claremont looked like she went straight up, and all of a sudden.
I think she got her with the body. Now the fouls are coming on
Right,
our
yeah,
end, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Now the fouls are coming on our end. Now, see, here we are, both teams with 4 fouls with 6 minutes left. That was exact opposite in the first half. They got down to 2 minutes before either team even got close to 5 fouls. So they're really starting to pick up the whistle a little bit here, which is fine. It's just now the players have to react to that. So it's much better if you're going to start the game one way than let the game play that way. You know what I mean? Now they're like, oh, my gosh. And then it's 4 fouls per side, so they're calling it that way on each side. But now neither team really knows how to react. So we'll see what plays out here. But it's a 3-point Smith lead with 5:52 left, so we'll be coming up on a media here shortly. KP is working hard down low to get open. Oh, it was a good take by LJ. Just couldn't get it to drop. It was a really good take. She had the room because everybody, again, was draped all over KP. So
Good rebound by Madden. Ooh, almost.
I know, almost got that steal, didn't she?
Rachel Davies steps into a wide open
Yeah,
three.
but, Jessie Ruffner turned her head a little bit and left her man wide open, and she made her pay for it, knocking down that shot.
And we got a tie game here with 5:20 left. Here comes Jessie. Jessie drives to her right.
She's just walked. She walked. Yeah. That was a great defensive job by Emerson. They stepped over, played help the helper, and when Jessie, there was nowhere to go, so she freaked out and just walked a little bit. So great defense.
Looks like they scattered her well. They knew.
Yep,
that
they know when she wants to go.
She wants to power to the right.
So they did a great job.
Madden with the ball here, matched up against Claremont. Out to Fultz. Fultz takes a dribble. Finds Madden. Madden thinks about a three.
It was good defense by Cromwell.
That's that closeout that they were working on all week in practice. Oh, what a nice take by
Yeah,
Madden.
that was a huge take by Madden. Nice job.
Emerson baskets go by number 13.
There you go. Jessie needs to just let it settle. There we go. Can't force things here. Sit back and let the offense happen.
Good defense by Clydesdale. They're really, really playing a lot of attention to.
All right, we'll take the
Shell.
foul
I'll
because
tell you.
we'll take the push because now we're going to the free throw line, and right now we're looking like we're not scoring here in a minute. You notice the difference since Morgan Morrison's gone out and how we're
That's a good
struggling a little bit on the offensive end. She was really opening some things up there because she was drawing at least a double team over there, so and scoring through it.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the components of this very versatile Smith team is that, Shell Gleisner really is the igniter of so much of the offense, and also her hands on defense and how many times she gets deflections and steals, but she really initiates the offense, and particularly the fast break, and they are really concentrating and focusing on, just harassing her and getting her to pull up her dribble.
Right.
And so when she's not, sort of orchestrating and choreographing the offense, that's where Smith looks, a little unsteady.
Right.
And
Right. And they know that. Obviously they see the amount of assists that Deshelle has every game, and so they're doing everything they can to keep the ball out of her hands. And again, I do think that all of a sudden not having Morgan in there has made a difference also.
well, it's that, the version of the Smith Pioneers, kind of two big fours, on either side of the lane, and what that does is it, sort of unbalances that plan to triple team Caitlin Pakunka every time she gets the ball because she'll be open.
Right. And, honestly, we had 2 or 3 looks there that we just missed. LJ had a great take, just didn't fall for her. So, I mean, we're getting to the rim a little bit, just we had 2 or 3 shots there that didn't fall, and they had a couple that did. So that's what pushed them up to this 2-point lead now. Now we need these shots at the free throw line in a game like this are extremely important. So hopefully Amelia can come back and get this second one here. Nope, that's unusual for Amelia to miss 2 shots from the free throw line. Those kind of misses are going to really hurt down the stretch.
Clydesdale up with the ball here, matched up against LJ. Good defense by Claremont. Rachel Davies with the ball now. She's their second leading scorer. And
that's a nice cut. Great job by Jessie to recognize that. She had cut right in front of her face and had her beat, but Jessie came in on the reach and was able to knock the ball out of bounds.
That's that fluid Emerson offense of just curly Q
right.
every which way here. Madden with the ball.
Well, they do a lot of cutting to the hole without the rim, so you really got to keep your heads up.
Nice take by Fultz. She's quite a player.
Emerson basket score by 14, Kate Fultz.
Oh, nice job, nice cut. Yeah, it was a good job by LJ. Good pick and roll.
LJ's gotten so terrific at that, being able to sort of feel the creases in the offense.
Right.
And,
it's a great pick and roll.
Just what a finish by her.
Yeah, it was a nice pass by Jessie to get the ball to her in a place where she could score with it also.
Davies with the ball, out to Clydesdale. Clydesdale drives to her left, spins back right.
Nice job by Deshelle on that closeout. She had left her man for a little bit. She recovered very quickly. Nice job.
Gibbons walks, and it's a 31-33 deficit for the Smith Pioneers here as Shell takes the ball out with 3:32 left in the half here. Clydesdale picks her up right across the half-court line. Locked in, moving her feet.
It was a good pass in, but there was just too many people around. KP tried to get that ball up.
Boy, the second she catches the ball, they just
we
close down
got to
on her.
recognize that and just make better passes in. Oh, right off KP's elbow, and it turns into a steal for Smith.
3 minutes left.
Nice take by Jessie. Recognized.
On the left side.
Yeah, but she didn't want to. You could tell. She's like, oh, my God, no, I got to go on the left. But she recognized that defender went right past her, so instead of settling for the 3, she took it to the hole. That was a good decision.
Gibbons with a 3, bounces off. Big rebound by Claremont, and here they come. Jessie's on the right.
She sees that, but she's going to try to force it up anyway. Good pick up by KP, and she draws the foul. Looks like that foul may go on number 2. Yes, number 2 for Clydesdale. And that'll be, Clydesdale's first maybe. Nope, second.
Entering the game for Emerson, number 4.
Number 4, Beckman comes in for Madden. And we got a 33-33 game here with 2:29 left. This has been back and forth, up and down, Coach.
Well, Sam, it was a 2-point game when we lost up there, 66-68. So, and we did have the last shot and just couldn't put it down. So we certainly expected it to be a tight game tonight. KP knocks down both those free throws and pushes us up by 2.
Rachel Davies with the ball now. Takes a couple of dribbles. Back to Fultz. Fultz has had a big game so far for the Emerson Lions. Clydesdale with the ball.
That's a nice offensive rebound. We were right there. Cromwell just needs to put a body on that kid and push her out a little bit, and they're able to score off of that.
She has got so many, ball fakes, and she's able to really, get that defender unsteady. And boy, did she just sort of flip that one in. That's her 8th basket. That's her 8th point.
Yeah, she's doing a nice job. It's just frustrating when you give up that shot off of a second chance point, off an offensive rebound.
35-35. Jessie with the ball.
Haven't seen Gleisner put up any long-range shots yet tonight. We may be ready for one of those. Oh, she gets a nice roll off that little jumper on the left-hand side.
That's the second time she's hit a runner tonight, boy.
Yeah, and those are really hard ones when she has to shoot them from the side like that. She's got no backboard to use, so that was a great job.
Full steps into a little jumper off the back rim. Another big rebound.
Yeah, there's a second trip down, that second offensive rebound, so we got to shore that right up. There we go. Good rebound by Jessie to prevent a third one.
Claremont steps to a long 3.
All right, finally gets a look. That's the first look she's had for a 3 tonight. First time.
Great pass by Shell. Claremont's hands were set. The ball just
Yeah.
landed there.
She thought, oh, my God, this is my first chance to shoot it from 3, and she took full advantage of that tonight.
KP, good defense against Beckman. And
3 seconds, nice. Good job by KP, because, doesn't KP have 2 fouls?
And she was moving her feet.
Yeah,
she didn't sort of
That kid
overstretch.
tried to drive, and
yeah.
she did a great job of getting out. I see Sam, Coach knows, too. She has those 2 fouls. We can't afford
Coach
that third
was
one.
very excited when, Amelia Claremont just came out. Boy, she was that was a huge 3 that she hit. That was 2 or 3 steps behind the three-point line, too.
Yeah, so we got Morgan in the game now with 45 seconds and 2 free throws. I'm keeping my fingers crossed we don't
Smith's got a 5-point lead. This is the biggest
pick
lead
up
of the
a
game
third
here.
foul here, but I'm going to bet you $5 that one of the last thing Coach said to her before she put her in the game was no fouls. So 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gleisner finds a place to get a 3 up. Just misses it off the front rim.
Morrison with a big rebound. She gets her feet set.
And
it goes in.
one! Morgan Morrison, immediate impact on this game. She's a game changer tonight, Coach.
Oh, my gosh.
Great job by Morrison. What a game
called it,
changer
Coach.
tonight.
That's her 8th point. And I'll tell you what, that got every side of the rim,
Every
inside
side.
and outside the rim, and it rolled in.
I wasn't sure it was going to fall for us, but if we just get her through these 25 seconds with no more fouls. Great job by Morrison.
Steps into the free throw. Great arc on the ball.
Misses that one. That's all right. They're going to hold for the last shot, so we're just going to go back and play half-court off defense here.
Madden matched up against Gleisner. Gleisner moving her feet. That's someone who we can't have get a second foul here because she has so much responsibility.
And there's that kid can't hurt you from out there, so sit back. There comes the ball screen at the top. We knew it was coming. Hang on to it, Morgan. Great job. Just hold it. That's fine. We'll take that. So we will take a 7-point lead here, young man. Nice
I will
job.
tell you, Morrison with 5 rebounds, 8 points. As you can see, the whole Smith squad just absolutely embracing her because they know that she has just shifted
difference maker right now. Difference maker. Absolutely unbelievable. Great job by the first year to step in and lift this team today. So, folks, I got to get a drink of water. That was some first half, Sam.
That was an incredible first half. And I'll tell you what you loved about it was that Smith gathered themselves in the last 2 minutes of this half and just basically stretched a lead that was 35-35 to a 7-point lead. So
every single kid's contributing that's gotten onto the floor, doing a great job.
All right, Coach, we'll take a little bit of
a
break here.
See you soon.
Back. Yep.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second halftime interview series. My name is Sammy Pavlov. I'm a senior captain of the field hockey team studying economics, and I am a big Smith athletics enthusiast. I hope you all enjoyed the first half of the NEWMAC quarterfinal game between Emerson and Smith. I know it's an exciting game. I am here today with Professor of Chemistry and Chair of Smith's Chem Department, Kate Queenie. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
It is so, and we haven't had the chance to meet in person, but it's so nice that we get these chance to talk. And I have seen you, around campus and at the games. So it is so nice of you to join us. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. You must be a Zoom expert, as am I. And
Right.
I'd like to ask you, what is your, how did you end up at Smith, and what is your connection to Smith athletics?
Great. Yeah. So I ended up at Smith. So I came to Smith in 2000. It was my first real job. And, I decided I really wanted to teach at a liberal arts college, an undergraduate college, and Smith had a job opening the year I needed a job. I came to campus. It was the first interview I did.
Wow.
And I loved it. Yeah. And so here I am almost about 20 years later, actually. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I think it's going to take.
I think so. Did you want to attend a historically women's college, or did that just happen? Can you speak more on that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, I really was focused on the idea of teaching at a liberal arts college. And I knew obviously Smith was a women's college. I'd been here actually as a student athlete myself. I remember coming to Smith to compete at Smith's indoor track, which is one of the nicer indoor track facilities in New England. So I knew it was a women's college, and it just, hadn't really been on my radar. So I really came here because it was just the best liberal arts college job, and I really liked the colleagues here and the students. I met students when I interviewed. But I have to say, since, as soon as I took the job and came here, really as soon as I interviewed, I realized, oh, this is a special opportunity, particularly as a scientist, I think, which is, chemistry is still a field where women are underrepresented.
Sure.
And so coming to a historically women's college is just an opportunity that's really, unusual and wonderful in that way.
That is, yeah, I am not a STEM person, but I've never been in a lab. It was one of the things, one of my roommates, she is all into lab. I wanted to see it before I left school, but I guess I'll have to come back and check it out.
Yes.
I guess I wanted to ask you, before we get into the details of what your work is, what is your connection to Smith basketball?
Oh, yeah. So I have been the faculty liaison, or one of the faculty liaisons to basketball for, I can't even remember how many years now. And it started because I had two basketball players in one of my Chem 111 classes who were just really, they were like, you should come to a game. And so I, went to a game, and I have to confess, I also, I've never played basketball. I really didn't like basketball before this. Like I sort of grew up in football country. I was kind of like, oh, I like football, and I like, I was a runner, so I like endurance sports, not really interested in basketball. But going and watching my students, it was great. And they had a really exciting year that year. And yeah, and then ever since then, I just, I was going to games, and at some point Coach Hersey was like, well, since you come to the games, maybe you should be a faculty liaison as well. So that's my connection.
Okay, so two questions. Has the game of basketball grown on you at all? Has it gotten fun to watch? Are you into it now?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I wouldn't say I am a scholar of the game, so I definitely have learned a lot more about it. I'm getting to the point where I don't always need to, I used to have to always look at both benches. Like anytime a foul was called, I had no idea what it was. So I would have to look at both benches to be like, is the Smith bench cheering? Because that means the foul got called their way. So now like 50% of the time, I would say I understand what the foul call is. But yeah, no, I love the game. I have actually, my son plays basketball. He's 14, and when he was younger, particularly, he used to come to a lot of the games with me. He now comes when he can, when he's not playing, and he's much more like, he understands a lot more about the game than I do. But I love it. It's fun. It's exciting. It's not that long. It's indoors, which in New England, you understand this, as you are a fall sport athlete, so that's helpful. But outdoor sports in New England can be a little rough on players and spectators.
Oh, it's cold.
Yes.
Yeah, and are there any current players in your classes these days?
So this semester, no. I only have one class this semester, and there are no basketball players, and although many student athletes. But first semester, I had actually two of the first years, Ali Yamada and Morgan Morrison, were both in my Chem 111 class.
And great students. What's it like having athletes in your class? How are they as students?
Oh yeah, it's funny because yeah, I mean, and this, like being an athlete, I think one thing athletes are really good at, student athletes, is time management. So, they're organized, they're there, they're in class, really, really good at that. And it's at Smith, I think the only way, if I know a student's an athlete because like I know what sport they play, or I learn about it or know them, or if they like are obviously wearing field hockey gear in class, then I know that.
We're always in our sweats, always repping the gear.
In your sweats, although you are, but Smith is a pretty casual college in many ways. So like a lot of students are in sweats. So,
I would say that. I would say it is casual. The brochures don't really show it for Smith or the website, but on the whole, it's pretty casual.
Yeah, so I think so. It's really, you can't tell. I think there's some schools where people say, oh, you can tell who the athletes are because whatever, they sit in the back and don't. It's not like that, right? This athletes are really good students, just like all Smith students. So yeah, it's just the gear. Yes, everyone eats in my class. I had an 8 a.m. class also first semester, so like everybody was eating, so that didn't, set anyone apart either. Everyone was eating breakfast. Maybe athletes have a healthier breakfast. I'm not sure, but
I don't know about that. But they definitely do not skip breakfast, especially in the season. We're always carving up.
Yeah.
And Kate, you've talked about being a student athlete yourself, and you ran at Williams, correct?
Right.
And can you talk about that? And also, like, does that help shape the way you teach your classes now? Or did it help your career path at all? What impact
that's a great question. So first of all, it's important to say, like I always say, I really put the student in student athlete. So,
I'd love to hear it.
was, you know, I ran, I was more of a track runner, but I certainly ran cross country as well. And I loved it. It was really important to me. I was very mediocre at it. And it was huge. It's huge, important, you know, my friendships, it's a huge part of my college experience. So yeah, I think, you know, one of the things in terms of like how it affects me as a teacher, so certainly I experienced failure as a student athlete,
Yes.
in the athlete end of that a lot. And I think that, you know, I think everybody experiences failure or challenges in different aspects of their life. And I think that makes us all sympathetic as teachers. So when we're teaching, like, I mean, it's not like, believe me, I also had my moments of failure in chemistry, but certainly when I'm teaching something now, I'm pretty confident about the material I'm teaching. So it helps me, you know, empathize with students to have the experience of like really not being good at things and not having them go the way I want.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of being a college student, whether it's sports or classes or social stuff or other co-curricular stuff, you know, like a job you want, you don't get, you know, things don't go your way. And I think that it's good to have like really deep experiences with that. Yeah.
Especially in today's climate, you know, with all the students going home, it's definitely a different type of failure. And, you know, to be a student athlete, you do get used to that and know how to bounce back. It's still a challenge, but I think it does really help you prepare for anything that life throws your way. I would
Yeah,
say.
it's a mix of things you could control and things you can't control.
Yep.
And both things are hard, right? I mean, there were things I could control that I sort of screwed up as an athlete, and that's unfortunate, but you learn from it and grow. And then there are things that you can't control, and you also have to deal with that. Plus there's like a lot of great stuff too. I don't want to make it, you know, sound like it's not, but I think that, yeah, it was a huge, you know, despite being a very mediocre athlete, it was a huge part of my college experience and formative.
I love to hear that. And I guess talking about after Williams, when you went to go get your PhD, can you speak more on that, and specifically, what were some challenges you had to face, if any?
Yes, if
Maybe
any,
like the
yes.
biggest one, or just one that comes to mind. I know there are a lot
Yeah,
of
no,
challenges
it's,
from your
yeah,
way.
no, it was really hard. And I will say, like, one of the things that was actually really hard for me was going from an environment. I mean, Williams and Smith have a lot in common. And, you know, I felt like it was really valued to be a student athlete or to do other things and to go to graduate school, where suddenly it seemed really valued to just focus solely on one thing. And that was hard for me. Like, that was a challenge to realize, like, oh, here everybody just thinks you should spend 80 hours a week in the lab and not have outside interests. And to say everyone thinks that, that's not true, but it certainly felt like that. So that was a challenge. And just also, you know, feeling in some, I mean, I was well prepared academically, but not in all ways. And so I think that, you know, taking a class and realizing like, oh, everybody else knows like math that I didn't even know existed. Like, I thought I took all the math I should take. And like, now there's this thing that they're saying that I understand the words, but don't really understand what that is. And in graduates, I was also used to something I think, again, Smithies are really good at, which is like asking for help when I need it. And graduate school was a weird place where, you know, I asked for help, was sort of like rebuffed, and then just, you know, sort of cried my way.
Tried your way through it.
Yeah, so, you know, it's, anyway, so the thing I learned from that is I should have actually pushed more. And even though people weren't really offering me the help, I should have said, no, it's actually your job to help me, and, you know, let me figure this out. But so it was hard. It was like a really different experience. That was like early on. By the time I sort of adjusted to it, and, you know, a liberal arts education doesn't always prepare you really well for like the first classes of graduate school, where everybody else had a way more chemistry and math than I had. But when it got to doing research and writing papers, then suddenly I was like, oh, now I'm actually good at this, because I've had to write a lot. I've had to do a lot of independent work, and all that stuff. So yeah, but it was challenging, and, you know, very challenging.
You know, that's great advice. I haven't considered, you know, education past my undergraduate right now, but it is good to think about. And I know a lot of students right now are thinking about it. So that's some good advice for them to hear. And I just had a question for you. Well, you stay running, right? You are still an avid runner today?
Well, yes, sort of. I was, if we'd had this interview like a year ago. But I actually, the other piece of advice I will give you is take care of your knees. young people. So I did not take very good care of my knees when I was your age. And so recently arthritis has flared up. And so I am limiting my running severely. However, that's fine because I also learned as an adult to swim and ride a bike. And so I do more of that now than running. Yes. I run 20 minutes sometimes with some walk breaks, but yeah.
No judgment here. Lord knows.
Thank you. Thank you.
Field hockey has a lot of running, and it was not my strong point of my game, but yeah. I hope to pick it up in the future. And I guess, to close this out, what is the silver lining of this pandemic? What can we have to look forward to besides all these great games we're going to be watching every week? What's the silver lining for you as a professor?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I think a few things. And again, first of all, I want to there are silver linings. I don't want to trivialize what people are going through because I think that it is, whether it's losing a season, I particularly feel for student athletes who are seniors losing their senior season, or for, and for students who are just really struggling or who have family members who are sick, all that kind of stuff. I think though, as a professor, to me, the silver lining is just, I feel oddly a lot closer to my students now than for going through this with them, even though I'm now only seeing them on Zoom. I feel like all of us as professors, I think, are developing empathy because I think this is forcing us to really think about something we should really always think about, which is what are our students dealing with? And sure, our job is to teach them things and then evaluate how well they've learned those things. But we can also have a lot of empathy about what are different students bringing to that process that makes it hard for them. And I think we're all being forced to confront that because so many people have so much going on right now. So I think that's one thing that I think will be an absolute silver lining. The other thing, Sammy, too, is I think that sometimes people question, why should, having an education at Smith where it's close and residential and all that, that's an expensive thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. Is it really worth it? It's so obvious to me how worth it is. I think that our classes, to the extent they're going okay now, it's because we had all that time to get to know each other in person. So for me, a silver lining is it just also really emphasizes the importance of the Smith community for our well-being, but also for our learning, which is, sort of the core thing that we do.
No, you are so right. And I have felt that love from my professors as well. And that is about all the time we have. Thank you, Professor Queenie, for speaking with us and being Smith Basketball's academic liaison and just making time in your day. And I hope everyone enjoys the second half of the NEWMAC quarterfinal game between Emerson and basketball. These games will be every Friday night. Tune in next week. It's going to be Smith Soccer versus Mount Holyoke. Thank you again, Kate, for joining us. My name is Sammy Pavlov, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of the game.
Hey, Coach Debbie, we are back here. It is a 42-35 Smith lead with a big second half, and I will tell you, Coach, some of the observations you had about that first half.
Well, I think it wasn't as sloppy as I thought it was going to be. I think both teams settled in right away, which I thought was great, and I think it's a battle of wills right now, and I think some of this could be dictated a little bit by who stays out of foul trouble. I think it's a different game. I think Emerson's a different team with Boyle on the floor, and we just showed that as she scored their first 2 points. But she had those 2 fouls and had to sit most of that second period, so we'll see what happens here. That was a big take by Jessie and a miss and 2 rebounds there offensively from KP, and she stays with it. I don't know how she gets it up, Sam, honest to God.
That was like elastic. She just was sort of arched backwards to snare that rebound. I'll tell you what.
She just picked up her 3rd foul, though. Coach, that's not what we wanted to see happen. And then and KP knows better. There's nothing that she could have done down there. Just let them catch that ball. Oh, maybe that's only her 2nd. I thought she already had 2, Sam. What are their stats showing?
I'm looking at the stats here, and it's I don't know, something might not be right on the stats because it's showing that would be. And then Sam Boyle hits another one. She's come right back in the game. She was in foul trouble. So we'll figure out this foul trouble. Maybe it was only her 2nd. But
yeah, that would be even better. But, I mean, they're a different ball club when she's down there low for them offensively, playing in the paint. So
Oh, Jesse
But,
with
you
a
know, as
great
long
take
as
with
we
the
can
right
match
hand.
them, we'll be all right because we do have the 7-point lead. But she's a force to be dealt with. Make no mistake. And I think all their players respond well to her and play better when she's in the game. There's another offensive rebound by Emerson. I really got to stop that.
Madden
And they've
steps to
scored.
32.
They've scored off of almost every offensive rebound.
Yeah, well, this is three points, three possessions, 3 scores for Emerson. Jesse comes in. Ooh.
Yeah, gets
bit
tipped
too
from
long.
behind. Yeah, well, she gets tipped a little bit from behind there, I think. So, all right, so we've got to man up here a little bit defensively and stop giving them those second chance points. We're doing a good job on the first shot selection, making them
Madden
force
out to
up a shot.
Clydesdale.
But
Clydesdale
they just
over the top.
2 passes, end-to-end, over the top defensively. Oh, good job. Look ahead. Nice look. Oh, good pass ahead to LJ. Nice job.
Claremont to Ruffner to
and
LJ Whalen, and then there's a big basket.
Yeah, Emerson coach is screaming for a foul there, and it was close, believe me when I tell you, but I don't think it was. But I can see why he was screaming for it. All right, so Morgan Morrison's going to check back in for KP and give her a little blow right off the bat.
We'll have to figure out the fouls.
Yeah,
here,
that's the biggest
situation,
thing.
right? Because the halftime stats are saying one thing and the scoreboard saying another
Yeah,
thing.
it makes me think she's got 3 if Coach pulled her out right now. So let's wait and see what happens here. I'll ask at a timeout, we'll yell down and ask our sports information person. Yeah. Jesse tried to make a steal there and ends up picking up the foul. And again, you just got to let him catch that pass that far away there. So
Jesse had that track from way inside the paint, and
Yeah,
she just
but
kind of swooped down.
yeah,
but
the kid stepped right into that
Yeah.
lane, and so we just need to make some better decisions here defensively. Just settle back, play straight up.
Davies with the ball into Madden. Madden back to Davies.
Deshell's doing a great job of doubling down on the strong side and then recovering back out to her player.
Nice D and into Boyle. Boyle steps right, left.
See, another offensive rebound. Coach Hershey's shaking her head, disgusted. You and I both know she really preaches that, and here we've given up at least 3 this half already, and we're only 2 minutes in. Oh, nice set of hands there by Amelia Cromwell to knock it out. We needed that. And she almost threw it away, but we got bailed out with the foul.
Yeah, that was a lot of contact there. I'll tell you what. These first few minutes are going to be pretty crucial.
Very
right?
crucial, especially fouls. I think he called that on number 2 for Emerson, so that was Clydesdale, and that's her 3rd.
She is a really
And she's
really
a nice
good player.
She's having a nice game for them. Oh, nice pass into Morgan, who couldn't connect. LJ went up, misses, gets fouled off of the rebound.
That's Clydesdale's another foul on Clydesdale.
Boy, she just picked up 2 quick back-to-backs. That's tough. That's her 4th foul. She'll come out of the game and be replaced by first-year 33 Chelsea Gibbons, again from Foxborough, Mass.
So Clydesdale is just a nifty player with so many. She's got so many
very
ball
nice
fakes
player.
and
Yeah,
so
she picked up 2 fouls there within 10 seconds. So that's hard luck for her.
big possession here. Claremont steps into a long 3, and she
Yeah.
is just money when
That
she
was
gets
a
her feet set.
great ball screen by LJ Whalen to set that up. Super job by LJ.
51-41. That lead is now at 10. That is Smith's biggest lead.
Our hands off. We got to keep our hands off there, Deshelle. We get a 10-point lead. We got to make smart decisions defensively. We don't want to put them at the free throw line here. So with 6:26 to go, both teams have 2 fouls, and Smith sitting on that 10-point lead Sam just talked about. And the coach from Emerson is imploring the official to make sure that Deshelle keeps her hands off of his point guard. And I think he does have a point there. We had a little reach in that last time and did not get called. So we're wiping up a little sweat down there on the floor before we pick up play again. But Gleisner hasn't sat for a second, and
No.
I had a kid like that play point guard for me when I was at Case. We called her the Energizer Bunny, man. She never sat down.
I'll tell you what, boy. Oh, Davies takes a nice read, and
Yeah.
she gets fouled, and she misses it, but she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, that was a great play. They've got a couple nice inbounds play, and that was one of them. I'm hoping they call that foul on Gleisner, but they did not. They called it on Jessie Ruffner because she just got beat off the pass, and she tried to make up for it by fouling her from behind. That kid, number five, Davy, is very quick. And
I think she's an exceptional defensive player. And so when she's matched up against Shell Gleisner, the whole Smith offense seems to grind to a halt.
Yeah.
So they've moved her around, and she's covered Caitlin Pokunka but she is their defensive stopper. And Boyle
comes from three spots up the line to knock that ball out off of us and save the ball for them. So again, we can't fall asleep down there. We have got to put a body on everybody, and coach is realizing that. She's going to call a timeout and have a chat about putting a body on people because we just didn't make it happen there, and they were getting the ball off that missed free throw.
Boyle is just such a difference maker.
Oh, she is. I'm telling you, Sam.
Every aspect of the game.
And I said this last year when the kid was a freshman. She's a very, very nice basketball player. Does a marvelous job for Emerson.
Her sister was more of a low post player, and she just is. She's got a low post game, but she looks like she can drive it. She can. She can
do everything. Yeah.
So. From California. So Emerson's got one of those great recruiting there, like Smith does.
Right, with great West
from all over. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Coach called a timeout.
Okay.
I think she wants to talk about putting a body. My guess, anyway, is that she wants to talk about putting a body on people on those rebounding. And we just kind of fell asleep there and let Boyle come in and have her way with that rebound. So we've got to make a couple changes here on that.
So I think I have this right, but I think that number 5, Rachel Davey, the one who's that super quick defensive stopper and also a good offensive player, but Emerson is known as a communications and broadcast school, probably one of the best in the country.
Yes, I knew that.
And I think that she was out covering the Iowa caucuses.
Wow.
As part of either an internship, and so that's what the SID from Emerson told me. So. My response to him was, well, I just hope we have a more clarified outcome than they did over at the Iowa caucuses. So,
tonight, yeah.
Yes, yeah, so. So, Coach Debbie just checked in with our wonderful SID.
Sierra Lawrence, who does a fabulous job for Smith Athletics. And does look like KP has 2 fouls, so she's just getting a blow over there, but that's good news to know. It'd be great if Morgan could work down in that low post to pick up that 3rd foul on Sam Boyle, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you what, though. Sam Boyle looks like she's, playing defense with lots of savvy right now.
And fresh legs because she sat out majority of that second period, so.
I'll tell you what, having Clydesdale be on the bench is a big benefit for the Pioneers because she is just so versatile. As Davies steps to the pop, big rebound by Claremont, and Emma Zena's in the game now.
Yes, Emma Zena stepped in to replace Jessie Ruffner when she had to sit down with that 3rd foul. And having Jessie out definitely takes away one of our offensive looks.
Kate Fultz gets whistled for foul. Number 14, that's her 2nd.
Yeah, she's trying to match up against L.J. Whalen down low. So
L.J. really took deep position in there.
Right, she was definitely deep. And I think, she felt like if she let her catch it there, she was going to end up scoring anyway. So there, Morgan.
What a great catch, an athletic catch, and she just.
Great catch, and kept her composure, didn't travel, just turned, got to her left where she likes to score from, and put the ball in.
Madden gets her own rebound, but now Claremont comes back. Another offensive rebound that the Pioneers gave up.
I think that went off of Emerson. I think that was a tip off of Emerson. Yep, that was a tip off of Emerson, yeah. It was probably an ill-advised pass, so we got lucky. But we do like to score in transition, so we're pushing the ball. But Emerson did tip that out of bounds. I'm not sure Morgan was in a position to catch it anyway. So we'll take that and hopefully score on this inbounds here.
11-point Smith lead here, and I think Smith will retain possession.
Yeah, that was, again, off of Emerson. So with 25 seconds on the shot clock, we'll try bringing it again under our own hoop here.
I'm telling you, Coach, there are some games where you feel like a lead is sort of inevitable, that it's going to grow. Against this Emerson Lions team, you just sort of feel that, like, at any second, this game can just turn around.
Oh, yeah.
And no lead
back. No lead is big enough in this game.
Yeah.
No. We had this. If this was 5 minutes in a whole game, I'd be nervous.
Right. Well, they are 5 for 8 from 3 at 62.5%. So, and we're doing a good job of limiting their shots. But boy, they could just light it up from anywhere.
Yeah, you can get back in a game in a heartbeat with that 3-point shot. So
this is Davies. Look at her. She's just moving her feet. And Kate Fultz now off the front.
Yeah.
Davies with the rebound.
I don't think Michelle felt like she had anywhere to go with that ball, so she tried to create something there. Good job by Amelia to stop that drive in. Straight up, Morgan. Atta girl. Nice job. Force her to the other side. Nice rebound by Amelia. Yeah, it was a good job by number 13, Madden from Emerson to step in and knock that pass away. Yeah, Morgan's going to get called for the foul there, but put her to the free throw line because she was definitely going to score. So that was a lot of up and down there. So yeah, we're going to catch a media timeout here, which I think I know at least the Smith team needs to get a blow here. So sit down, get a drink of water, let coach figure it out here for the last four and a half minutes in this third period.
So Shell is trying to force the action here a little bit, and those last two of the last three possessions, she's had, passes that on the risky side here. And she's played every minute of the game.
Oh, yeah.
So this will be a good break for her.
I said they need a break here. Yeah. And, the other thing, too, as I said, you take Jessie Ruffner out and it takes out, a tremendous piece of our offense, at least in terms of them having to play cognizant defense on her. Well, when she's not in the game, that frees up somebody to double team somebody else.
Well, the second that you lose track of her, she is a rocket blast to the front of the rim. And so I will tell you, it's a 53-42, 11-point Smith lead with 4:46 left in the third quarter. And, just to go through, we've got Morgan Marston with 10 points, KP with 11, LJ with 10. So, again, the three bigs of Smith with 31 points out of the 53.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah.
And Sam Boyle with 10 in limited minutes. Boy, she's about to get to the free throw line for two more shots.
Right.
And Rachel Davey with 7, Quinn Madden with 8, and Clydesdale with 8. They are a very balanced team. They get scoring from up and down the lineup, and we will see what Sam Boyle can do to kind of.
KP's checked back in here during that timeout to give LJ Whalen a rest. So, and Boyle's done a good job here of not picking up a third foul. So, and she's played some pretty solid minutes and aggressive offensive minutes in this third period. So, hats off to her.
Looks like LJ's about to check back in too here.
Yeah, probably to give Morgan a rest. Again, Morgan has those 3 fouls now. So, yeah. She's going to sit down, let Morgan have a little rest. We don't want Morgan to go into the fourth period with 4 fouls, that's for sure.
10 points and 6 rebounds and an absolute
difference maker so far.
Today, yep.
If we can hold on to this game, I'm going to say that Morgan Morrison was our difference maker.
Davey is just locking.
Yeah, she is. Up. She's going way out on her defense. She's really extended that defense on Gleisner, taking her out almost to the free throw line there.
5 on the shot clock. Amelia takes a dribble, stops underneath, gets her.
Good rebound by Kapunkut. Nice job by KP to get that offensive rebound and get it back out to Amelia, who missed that 3.
Big rebound by Boyle. They closed down pretty quickly on Claremont there. She didn't get her feet set like she normally does. Oh, Davey.
Yeah. Davies right down the middle of an unprotected lane. Nobody playing defense on that.
That's Madden's 10th point.
Yeah, nobody even thinking about it.
That lead is down to 7 now, Coach. 3:51 left.
Isn't that where we started?
I'll tell you what, they can get back in this game pretty quick. I think we've...
We said that earlier, that how quickly they can get back in this game. That was a great pass by LJ across the lane to KP.
That is on Sam Boyle. Yeah.
That's her 3rd. But as the minutes go away, that 3rd foul isn't as grueling as if it would have come 4 or 5 minutes ago. So I think he's probably going to leave her in the game a little bit. But great job by KP to knock that down and stop the bleeding for a second.
So, I don't know, Coach, if you saw the article in the Gazette, the local newspaper. They ran a great article after the that really featured Caitlin Pakunka as a local,
Right.
sort of student athlete, and all the contributions that she's had. Some great quotes by Coach about her engine and her tenacity and all the work she put in over the summer to improve.
And let me just mention again, too, she is only a sophomore, so we're really pleased about the progress she's made and the fact that we have her for 2 more years. Yeah, I saw her down here a lot over the summer. Emma Zenner's doing a great job defensively for us. KP gets called for the travel there. Again, it's so difficult every single time you catch the ball. You've got that double and triple team, so coach is employing Gleisner to get over there and make sure she brings the ball down. That ball came down with Emma Zenner, and she wants Gleisner running that offense, no question about that.
They just run that second defender straight at, great hands by LJ to knock that ball away.
Yeah, but you see the minute that kid picked her dribble up, Zenner was right in her face. She's doing a really nice job on defense. She's got good footwork.
Phillips with the ball.
And again, she's picking up her dribble. KP's on her this time.
Davies with the ball, drives to her left, flips it up, and
Yeah.
knocks it in. Boy,
Davies can get that ball up, can't she?
Boy, she is just lightning quick.
And she's got good size.
That's her 9th point.
Yeah, she's long. She gets that ball up over those outstretched hands. Make no mistake. No, that's off. That's way off. You could see that coming. She was not
set. What a save by Pakunka, and she gets it to right, left.
That's a travel. Or a charge, yeah. Either way, that was going nowhere good. Yeah, KP just was rushing, wasn't in position. Yeah, it was too bad.
Lead is down 55-48, 2:19 left in the third quarter there. And I'll tell you what, they have really elevated the defensive intensity, has Emerson.
I also think we're showing some tired legs here. This is good recognition by Coach to get Amelia Cromwell out. I think she's really looking like she's struggling in terms of needing a blow there. So we got to take a chance and get Jessie Ruffner back in. And again, that third foul, now that we're down to just 2 minutes in this third period, doesn't mean as much. So good job to get Amelia out and get her a blow. She's really tired. So is KP. They're working hard on this game on both ends. Good job, Emma Zenner. Yep. Yeah, good. That was a good inbounds pass, but we had no help defense.
Madden scores her 12th point there.
And I think this was Coach's biggest worry about this team, is they can continue to score from down low, and we just kind of lose our intensity on post defense.
Morgan Morrison back in the game. Good defense by Boyle.
Yeah, it was a good job by Gleisner to slow it down, but then pull out. We had no reason to commit a foul there.
Phillips got a good shot. She steps into a 3. Just rims it in and out. And here comes Gleisner. Gleisner finds Jessie.
Good choice by Jessie to slow that down a little bit. There was nowhere to go. Let Coach call the play from the sideline.
Good defense by Madden.
Oh, that's a foul.
Jessie steps into a 3, rolls it in and out again. And here comes Madden with the ball. Madden with her 6th rebound. That was an open look by Toner, and it just rimmed out.
Yeah, they've had a couple open looks. It's a good thing that they've been missing them.
Morrison tried to drive, but gets the ball knocked away.
That's not Morgan's shot. She needs to catch the ball on the block, not catch the ball free throw line extended and drive to the block.
38 seconds left here. Toner matched up against Emma Zenner, and here we go. It is a 5-point lead here now for the Pioneers.
That's a great job. That ball brought rain, didn't it? I almost hit the top of the roof.
Quinn Madden with her 15th point. It's a 2-point game here. Madden with great defense. Zenner comes up with it, stops, pops, and
nice job by Emma Zenner. Nice work, Emma. Boy, did that stop the bleeding or what?
What a huge basket.
Motivation job. I mean, seriously, great job.
Wow, Coach. It was a 7-point lead at halftime. We are down to a 4-point differential. This has been one of those games where it is just going to come down to the wire. And I am telling you that Smith is going to have to find some people up and down this lineup to contribute, and they're having a hard time scoring right now.
A very hard time scoring. And again, I felt like we came out like gangbusters in the beginning there, but I really felt like we got tired. We didn't have our legs under us. Some of our shots were going all over the place, especially long-range shots. So we just need to gather ourselves, take the fact that we've got the 4-point lead. Everybody's getting a little bit of a rest. Coach has got a couple timeouts in her pocket here she can use to rest people as we move through this fourth quarter. So she can use the media timeout, and she has to have at least 2 or 3 timeouts. So that will make a big difference. All right, Mr. Sam, let's see what we got, baby.
I'll tell you what, Coach, what are you looking for in this quarter here?
Well, I'm looking for nothing but Smith baskets, right? And a lot of defense. First of all, we came out in this third period and really gave up too many offensive rebounds. We did a little bit better job of that in the end in the second half of this third period, but we got to come out here, play solid defense, no second chance points coming in. Now, we've got that third foul on Sam Boyle, but as we enter the fourth period, that's out the window. It doesn't matter. She can pick up that fourth foul right away, and she's staying in the game because, this coach knows she's a difference maker too. So, we're going to have to play man. We're going to man up defensively. We're going to have to take our time and knock some shots down here. Well, we've still got Amelia Cromwell on the bench, so Coach feels comfortable with Zenner out there doing a great job defensively, but again, it hurts us on the offensive output end.
Flips it into Caitlin Pakunka. Pakunka takes a couple of dribbles out to Jessie. Jessie matched up against Madden.
And we're down to 10 seconds already. There's a stop and pop by Jessie. Nice job.
I'll tell you, we have not seen her do that before.
No, I was just going to say that.
Yep.
First time I've seen her make that move. But it's a good thing because if she'd have tried to get all the way to the hole, there was nowhere to go. Oh, great job by Gleisner to force that turnover. Jessie sees there's nowhere to go. We don't have the numbers, but we're going to get a foul there that bails us out. Because, again, that's not where you want to give Morgan Morrison the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jessie got caught up in the air, so she got bailed out on that foul. And we got a hack, and I don't see who they gave it to yet. Number 14, it's Kate Fultz. That's her third.
That's her third, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate Fultz is a great shooter, and so we'll see what happens here. Gleisner looking for the inbounds play, and she knocks it off Rachel Davey.
Rachel Davey. She couldn't find anybody to get into.
I'll tell you what, that Rachel Davey is just making
great
an imprint
player.
defensively. Yeah. She is just making things happen all over the place.
And I'm telling you, she's long. Look, she got long arms. She's everywhere. Her arms are in every passing lane. There's where you want to give Morgan Morrison the ball. She gets double teamed, gets it out to KP.
Big offensive rebound by Morrison.
All right, set it up. Hold. There you go. Great job, Morgan Morrison and KP.
59-53, 6-point lead.
They are really starting to work well together, those two. Nice dump down to Morrison. Great job, KP. And we're going to get the foul. It's going to be the fourth on Boyle.
It looks like it's the fourth on Boyle.
Yeah, it is the fourth on Boyle. That was a great job by Morgan Morrison to get her own rebound there.
I'll tell you what, you've said
Difference
this before
maker.
at the season, is that when she gets her arms outstretched, she is just getting, in rarefied air above the other players. And so it's great. She didn't bring the ball down. She kept
I was just going to say
that.
Yep. One thing she has not yet done today, she has not brought that ball down like she was doing so often on Saturday, and we were both going nuts. She's doing a much better. I'm telling you, this is a career game for this season for first-year Morgan Morrison.
Zena steps in.
Hit one, Emma. Rotation. Yeah, Emma Zenner. All right. Emma Zenner, who sees so limited minutes for us. Such a great kid, such a great leader on campus. Knocks down the big three. That is a career shot for Emma Zenner, baby.
And it's a 9-point lead here. And I'll tell you what, she had that great steal and points. Right
at the end of the third period. Career games. She's going to have to call that foul on Gleisner. On my Energizer bunny out there, baby.
That's Gleisner's second foul.
Yeah, she's done a really nice job of putting in hard work offensively and defensively, playing every minute and only getting 2 fouls. Because sometimes when she gets in foul trouble, with the injury to Ali Yamada, man, that really hurts us.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've talked about how much she's grown as a court general all season.
Right.
She's, just racking up the assists. She had 12 assists in the last game. But what has been as impressive as anything is the way that she's played disciplined defense.
Yes.
Because she's not been in foul trouble since Ali Yamada's went down.
Right.
And that was a problem in the beginning of the year. So great growth and maturity on the part of Shell and of the coaching staff to help her take that step and realize how important it is to have her on the court.
Oh, look at that. Behind the back dribble by Morgan Morrison, and then she traveled. Yeah. She loves to try to show off a little bit out there, but again, she can't handle the ball out there. But I love this kid tonight. But, Sam, we have talked every game for 2 years about one of the strengths of this coaching staff, and certainly Coach Lynn Hersey, is her ability to bring these kids along and develop them fundamentally and as team players. And that certainly is showing here late in the season with our first-year group.
Davy steps into a little jumper, and she just nets it down.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
She's a great player. Here comes Shell, 62-55, 7-point Smith lead. Big possession here at the 7:40 mark. Shell matched up into Jesse. Jesse looking around. That's just good defense by Madden there. And we got players on the floor, and we got players all over the floor.
Nice save by Emma Zenner.
Holy smokes. That might have been the most skin burns we've ever seen here at the Sandra Berenson Gymnasium on one play. And rims
in and out. I think Coach didn't realize the shot clock reset, and she was imploring Gleisner to hurry up. She got that shot off, but the shot clock did reset. So we would have been able to bring that back out.
Timeout by Coach Gould. And I'll tell you what, that was one of the most intense, energized sequences we've ever seen. There were bodies flying every which way.
That was a great time. And I see Amelia Cromwell's going to step back in and check in for Emma Zenner, who is pulling on her shirt. And well-deserved rest for Emma Zenner. That's the most minutes she's played maybe total in her career at Smith, and she's put them back-to-back and has done just one fantastic job for us here tonight.
It's this is playoff basketball. You practice all the time, you contribute, you concentrate, and then you get your number called at the biggest time.
That's right.
And you just step up, and you just make an imprint. Defensively, we were noticing this all game. And then that great basket, which when it looked like things were teetering away from Smith,
she
steals
bleeding.
the ball, she puts the basket in, and she hits a big, huge, arcing three-pointer to extend that lead. Maybe the biggest moment of the game.
Yes, and we have seen all season long. We had a game where first-year Brianna Martin from British Columbia stepped up and gave us a big game. How about that night Ashlyn Bond hit like 15, 18 points, all threes, wins the game for us as a first year. So every single time these young kids are getting their numbers called, they are stepping up for us.
Well, this is the great mystery and Rubik's Cube of this team. They're
right.
all first years. You don't know how they're going to respond in pressure, at home, in the NEWMAC quarterfinals. And we have just seen contribution up and down this lineup. None more important than Morgan Morrison, who's just had an absolutely dominant game here tonight.
So here we are, Sam, a 7-point lead with 7 minutes left, and
Lots
one
of
team
on the clock, 7:07 and 7-point lead.
One team foul for us and 2 for Emerson. So right now it doesn't look like the free throw line is going to come into contention. So we just got to play straight here.
Out to Davy. Davy takes a couple of dribbles into Boyle. Boyle she's just got such a great game.
Great moves, but what a great rebound there defensively by KP. She went way up and snagged that right out of the air.
Into Morrison. Morrison steps to her left.
KP gets thrown to the ground by number 31 from Emerson. And so they're going to call the foul on 13, Madden. So that's Madden's second, and Smith will retain the possession and bring the ball out of bounds underneath our own hoop. I don't think the coach from Emerson agreed with that call. I honestly didn't.
Coach Gould was exasperated with that call. And into Jesse. Jesse, head up here. Pulls up her dribble. Shell with the ball now. Match. Clydesdale's back in the game now.
They're all over.
Oh, great.
Great
interior
pass. Yeah.
And number 5, Rachel Davy, gets whistled for the foul.
I wish we could switch KP and Morrison down low. Morgan really struggles when she gets that ball on the right block. But we'll see what she can do from the free throw line here, our first-year lefty. Knock.
Okay, big bucket here, 6:32 left.
She's probably about 3 for 6 from the free throw line tonight, something in that area. So see if she can't get over the 50% mark here.
2 for 5.
There we go.
6,
all right,
3
nice.
for 7 now.
Yep, good job. We'll take any single point we can get at this point.
That's her 11th point here. Clydesdale with the ball, matched against KP. Nice touch
that's
pass.
A foul on Morgan. She had her the first time. She was three-quarter denying her well, but when she switched and made that move to the inside of the to the inside of the key there. Inside of the key there, she just got her feet caught behind her.
Emma coming back in the game here for Morgan Morrison.
Yeah, it's going to be the 4th foul on Morgan. Yeah, she's saying she wasn't holding her, but I think she did. She had her arm wrapped around her in the low post there. So, oh, nice job by KP to actually get that block on her and get that rebound.
After Zena steps into another 3. Great rotation.
In and out, but another great rebound by KP. Shoots it out because she's triple teamed out to Gleisner. And we're just going to run something. Coach is yelling for something from the bench
5
there.
5 minutes left, and it looks like Kate Fultz gets whistled for the foul, and that will be her 4th.
Yeah, I almost thought that could have gone against Jessie, too. Jessie likes to get that left arm out and push a little bit when she's starting that drive, so I'll be happy to take it that way.
This is a well-scouted team. They know that Jessie wants to go right.
Exactly.
So they were
there
just
hadn't been much there,
yeah.
Fortunately, that push came the other way. Wow, we are really struggling from the free throw line here.
We're 10 for 17 tonight.
Yeah, it's
Coach.
hard in a game like this, Sam, as you well know, to leave 7 at the line is tough. Could come back to bite us. Wow. She's missed 2, and Amelia Cromwell missed 2. 2 of our best shooters not knocking it down from the free throw line for us tonight. But I think that, that's first year. This is playoff basketball. They got to learn to make that free throw under pressure here if we're going to move ahead.
Into Madden. Madden takes a couple of dribbles, flips it out. Out to Clydesdale. Clydesdale finds Madden. Madden with a long 3 off the front rim, back rim, and just
wow, she got a nice. She got a great bounce there. I'll give you that.
Well, long arcing shooter's touch. I'll tell you that, boy. And that brings that lead down to 5 here. Big basket by Madden.
Tell you who's due for a basket is Gleisner.
Tell you what, that was the number 5 gets whistled. Rachel Davey gets whistled. That will be her 3rd. That's the first time that Shell was able to get past Davey.
Yeah.
She is just, she did a little
and I
hesitation
said
move.
Shell was due. She's due for a hoop here, so she's usually a pretty solid free throw shooter for us. See if she can't get the lid off there. So
all right, there she goes. Knocks down that first one. Extend that lead to 6 with 5:21 left here.
we may need to try to get her to the hoop a little more on the penetration. Unbelievable. We cannot put the ball in the hole from the free throw line tonight. Not the game to have that's way too easy. Yeah, we just got back and nobody decided to play defense there.
As we've said, Coach,
cannot
this is
fall
a team
asleep.
that's not going away. Emerson has got
we
that
knew
lead down
that.
to 4.
We cannot fall asleep on the defensive end against this team.
Out to Jessie.
It was good defense on Cromwell. She had nowhere to go, had to get the ball back out. He's going to call that on Boyle, I think.
No, I think that she got Clydesdale on that foul. Number 2 on the hook.
No, he called that on 24, Sam. She's out of the game. He called that on Boyle.
Really?
Yeah, she had a hold on KP, and KP was halfway up the line, and she was trying to make a move down, and she had her hooked up.
Sam Boyle gets whistled for the foul. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, you always hate to see a great player get fouled out, especially in a absolutely pivotal, crucial game like this.
And such a contributing ball player for them on both ends of the floor. So number 25, Ashley Toner, will check back in for Emerson to take the place of Boyle. KP will step to the line for 2. Jeez, that's unbelievable. KP's usually our most proficient free throw shooter, so I think our kids are feeling the jitters a little bit tonight, Sam.
We're down to 11:21 here, and she calmly
knocks at least one down. Yeah. But, they do have 5 team fouls, so we will be stepping up for any little foul. But at the rate we're shooting free throws, it really doesn't matter, does it? KP working hard down low on Madden.
Wide open again. They can't leave her open. She's hitting those threes, and this one she gets a
No,
great
Emma
box by
Zenner,
Emma.
great box out, huh? DeShell. Nice job. Penetrates, gets it out to Jessie. Yeah, there's a reach in by number 2, I believe. He's going to call Davey.
Rachel Davey on that. That will be her 4th.
Yes, 3rd or you're right, her 4th. Morgan Morrison's going to check back in for KP and give her a little bit of a blow. She's really working hard defensively down there. Now I think we can get Morgan Morrison on that left-hand block. And you know who else I wouldn't mind seeing back in the game here in a minute, Sam, is LJ. She hasn't been in the game for a while, and she has been giving us so much down low. And certainly her and Morgan can play well off of one another.
LJ with 10 points, and that's another one off the back rim here. It's almost as if Smith's looking like they're rushing their free throws. It's almost like,
one miss,
take a breath and just sort of, get yourself recentered and knock it in here.
There we go.
6-point Smith lead with 4:23 left here. Big possession here for the Pioneers. And Emerson, Ashley Toner with the ball here.
I think Emma Zender's playing so well out front that she doesn't. Boy, this official suddenly found her whistle, man. She has blown it every time somebody turns around.
Jessie Ruffner gets whistle for the
That'll
foul.
be her fourth.
It's been such an interesting game. It's one of those games where we noticed in the first quarter, it just seemed like they were letting them play. They were just
The first quarter was, yes.
Bodies banging around and colliding everywhere, and then now it's just really tightened up. And Madden with the ball, she's just so good. Oh gosh, left-handed up fake, and she knocks it down.
Yeah, she catches that ball off that inbounds play, and she's money.
That's her 20th point. Into Jessie. Jessie takes a couple of dribbles here.
Oh, nice little stutter step by Jessie Ruffner. Great job.
Ruffner with her 13th point, and none bigger than that one, I'll tell you that. Good defense by Emma. Into Davies. Davies, good defense by...
That's a travel, I think. He's going to call that foul on Jessie, and that was a travel before that. 2-5, we'll take that. He's going to call that on Amelia. I tell you, both coaches are imploring the officials to see things their way here as we head into the last 3.5 minutes. Boy, they're not having any trouble knocking down the free throws.
Rachel Davey hits that first. And here, as you said, LJ coming back in the game here.
Yeah, it's time. LJ brings a great presence to this team, too. Calms everybody down.
She is, she comes out for Jessie Ruffner. That was a huge basket that Jessie hit.
Yes.
That little because Smith is having a hard time getting even remotely open looks right now.
Right.
As the defense from Emerson is just ferocious right now. And I'll tell you what, that was a great little hesitation move, and she sprung herself wide open to the right, knocked it down.
Right. Great job. Tell you what I hope we can continue to do here, Sam, in this last 3.5 is at least keep it a 2-possession game. With the rate they can hit the three and the number of players they have on this team that can hit the three, I'd hate to go down into these waning seconds with them only 3 points down. So we're going to have to start knocking down some free throws here at the end. And we've put ourselves now in a position where we have 4 team fouls. So everybody's going to be shooting it out as we head into this last 3.5.
Okay, Smith has really done a great job of actually closing down off the three-point line. That Madden hit that one shot that hit both sides of the rim and the top of the backboard. But other than that, they've been really good about limiting the Lions from those three-point shots. And here comes Claremont. Claremont deep in the corner, drives to her right, stops and pulls up her dribble.
Oh, that's a foul.
And that's going to be off Morgan Morrison's leg.
Yeah, that could have been a foul on number 14 there. She pushed LJ a little bit, but I like what we're trying to do. We've switched Morgan over to the left block. We're trying to get the ball inside to both her or LJ.
4-point
and they play well together. I think they're probably our best two low-post combination. So
into Folks. Folks takes a couple of dribbles, and she pops it in. No good, but she gets the rebound.
Yeah, we had nobody there for weak side rebounding. Yeah, nobody on rebounding for either side that time, so the missed shot goes out of bounds untouched.
Coach Gould exhorting the referee, thinking that, on the box out that
LJ pushed
her. And so he is completely engaged, as is Coach Hersey right now.
Yeah.
We are down to 2 minutes and 51 seconds in the NEWMAC quarterfinals. This is one tightly contested game, Coach.
Amelia's going on the free throw. Yep, she had it.
And
she
the
felt
first year
the minute she got it, she saw that lane wide open and took off. No hesitation. And that's what you got to do. You can't stop and think about it. You got to just go. I'm not really sure why the coach from Emerson's losing his mind right now. That was just his team just missed the defensive play like we've done a few times ourselves. So
great rebound by Claremont. Good close.
All right, coach is telling her to slow down. Give the ball to Deschelle. There you go.
Calling the ball.
And again, Davey keeps coming out and pushing Deschelle back further and further to the midcourt line. Really extended that perimeter defense on Deschelle.
Well,
really making it hard for her to make that pass in.
Davey's got 4 fouls now, so. Whoa.
Look at Emma Zetter make that pass into. Oh, that's over the back. We got lucky there. Timeout. Yeah, great job, Coach. You need a timeout. Bad. That was going nowhere good.
That was a great athletic play by Coach Herson to call that timeout. She popped
great
out
athletic play by Herson.
I'll tell
She
you
almost
what,
blew a knee out getting up there so fast.
I'm telling you what, I have no idea how she was able to do that with those heels.
I know, right? Oh, my God. That had to happen because that was absolutely going nowhere good. And honestly, I think we had to travel there, so we'll take that. But Morgan needs to be on that left hand side. Oh, but what a great effort. And I was afraid she was a little over the back there. But she can just get up, and it just looks that way, you know. She's got long arms.
Well, Coach, you've been telling her to keep those arms straight up. Go.
Yeah.
The principle of verticality.
That's exactly right there, man. Oh, Sam, this is going to be a tense $158, man.
Oh, boy, 6-point lead here. I just, you know.
You know, we talked about Saturday in our last home regular season game how our group was calling this the revenge tour, you know.
Yeah.
We had to go through Emerson. We got to go through Springfield. We got to go through Babson. 3 games we lost really close contests. So got to start right here in the last buck and a half. 9 seconds on the clock. Gleisner's got to make a move here. Needs a ball screen. Oh, as the clock.
Jesse Ruffner. She picks up the ball.
A nice little touch on the little 6-foot runner as a clock runs down.
Well, how was that not a foul? Rachel Davey got absolutely
stung,
knocked to the ground. Big rebound by Ruffner, who hits the big, huge basket, comes out with an enormous rebound.
And Coach is slowing everybody down. Look at that, man. The minute we cross half-court line, Davey is picking up Gleisner. Really difficult for her to make anything happen. Morgan Morrison totally not into play right now. Come on, you got to get over there and set that screen, kid. All right, here we go. 15 seconds on the shot clock, 1 minute and 11 seconds left, and an 8-point Smith lead.
I'll tell you what, Ellie Yamada is one of the best defensive players we've seen in this gym. Rachel Davey is up there
with her.
There. She's just an aggressive, attacking defensive player.
We need a ball screen at the top. There we get the foul instead. Gleisner, get up. All right.
Gleisner, who's played every minute of the game with the ball in her hands, so much responsibility. As Quinn Madden fouled her. Quinn Madden's had a great game.
Yeah, she's a very nice player, Madden. Yeah.
7 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, just filled up the stat line everywhere.
Yeah. And, you know, with the foul trouble that Boyle has gotten in, a lot of the scoring has fallen on Madden, and she certainly has picked up that responsibility for them. Yeah, we really need this second free throw here to make this a 9-point game.
With 1:01 left, 61 seconds, 61 ticks on the clock.
61,
here.
baby. Come on, DeShow. Knocks it down.
Just took a little extra
yeah,
time
we got
there.
a great crowd in here tonight, and everybody imploring us to play some defense.
Out to Toner. Toner with a long 3.
That was an NBA 3 there. Oh, great tip by Ruffner to get that ball to Morgan. And Morgan was taken off with it. Boy, that always makes me nervous. I got to say. Yeah, I think that makes everybody in the gym a little bit nervous.
Hey,
and Coach is telling her, throw the pass.
Give
the ball to this show.
Morgan Morrison with a double-double tonight, 11 points, 11 rebounds. It's been a great game for her.
She's going to go over here and end up with 13, Sam. She's going to knock down both of these free throws.
All right. Long
There's
jumper.
one.
She's got it.
Telling you, we said it in the first half. She has been a difference maker. Her and Emma Zen are difference makers tonight, baby.
I got to tell you, you're looking at the stat line tonight. We have Smith has got LJ Whalen with 10, Claremont with 10, Morrison with 13, Ruffner with 15, Pakunka with 14, and Gleisner with 8.
You can put that many kids in double figures, you're going to win the game every time.
It's just an all-round contribution on the part of this Pioneers lineup up and down the bench, including no more 2 pivotal baskets than Emma Ziener's 5 points.
Right. There's the 5th foul on Morgan Morrison, and I'll tell you, she deserves a standing ovation tonight. She's done a great job. And then Coach is telling her she's done a great job, but she's also telling her that last foul we didn't need, especially since we want to keep the clock running. So.
And 2 double-doubles on the part of the Pioneers tonight with Pakunka with 14 points and 13 rebounds.
Okay.
And Morrison with 13 and 11. So
and that's not the first or last double-double either of these young ladies is going to get. Really great play by both our post players tonight.
And I'll tell you something else, Coach. One of the things that
that's a rare miss by Clydesdale.
So one of the things we can say is that Smith, the rebounding was pretty even. Smith has really exercised dominance on the boards in the second half. They have a 42-28 rebounding differential, so they really took over the boards, and that's made a big difference, not giving up those second chance points.
Right.
And
Coach Hershey's called a timeout here with these last 44 seconds, probably thinking that Emerson may set up some kind of a full court press here, so she just wants to make sure that all 5 of our players are on the same page as to what we're going to do.
Well, we'll go deep into the kind of advanced statistics on this. One of the things that we've known all season is that the Achilles heel of this Pioneers team has been when they play too fast and they turn the ball over.
Right.
Tonight, we've known that the magic number is if they can keep it under 10,
right.
they're hard to beat. Almost impossible to beat. They've got 9 turnovers tonight.
That's all we had. Yeah. We had 9 in like the first 3 minutes on Saturday.
We sure did against Clark. This team can pile up, rebounds the way that Loyola Marymount used to pile up points.
That's right. All right, so 44 seconds, 10-point lead, and it looks like Emerson is not going to press.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach.
I don't know, yeah.
It's always one of these moments here where we got 44.2 seconds left, and it's a moment to also look across. Smith has no seniors. Their season looks like it will continue, but for Emerson basketball, they have Clydesdale is one of their seniors. Quinn Madden, a senior. Kate Foltz, a senior. This is a big moment for them.
Right.
Jesse
it does not look like they're going to foul. They're going to let us run it out. Oh, nice cut by LJ. Great recognition by
pass.
LJ and a super pass by Deschelle.
And it looks like it's a timeout called by Coach Gould.
Yeah, just a substitution timeout to get some of his other kids in the game.
And this may be that he's going to sub his 3 seniors
probably sub
out.
His seniors out. Yeah.
So,
yeah, they did a great job tonight.
And number 30, Carla Polino.
Yeah, classy move. Good job. His bench is giving him a standing ovation. And actually, so is the Smith crowd, giving him a great round of applause. So great sportsmanship all around.
So 77-65 lead here, and just a real wonderful moment when you think about all the years that these women played basketball from 3-4 years old, finding their skills, and it's a big watermark in their life here.
Right, having the opportunity here to pursue their passion in their basketball arena and do.
At a great school like Emerson, really a wonderful school. I'll say this about Emerson. One of our Northampton's own, Tommy Messinger, played for Hank Smith at Emerson, and he had a wonderful career there. And as you can see, the time runs out.
That's a great win by Smith tonight. I'll tell you, hard-fought game. Contributions by so many different kids really stepped up. Everybody's going to go home feeling great about themselves tonight that's wearing a Smith jersey. They did a super job.
77-65 lead. And I'll tell you what, this game was down to 2 points, and Smith was able to sort of
hit the big shots when we needed to and get a stop when we needed to. Now, we will travel to play Springfield College at Springfield on this Friday. And Sam, that game right now is scheduled for 7, but it could become a 5 or 5:30 start because I do believe that the Springfield men may be hosting also.